Hi, this is Integrity Capital. It's a video around the question of what steps do I take to identify if this is the right person that I should be calling? That's always a question when you're doing sales of, okay, I'm making my calls. The question is, am I calling the right person? It's not as easy as it is sometimes as you may think. So today I just want to give you 3 steps that you can walk through, 3 different things to focus on to identify if I am calling the right person for the long term. Because we're in the business of developing relationships and we want to identify if this is the right business relationship to continue to call based upon our culture and being proactive. So the first one is when you make that initial call, the idea of what is a win there is through that conversation, you're trying to get commitment. If you can't necessarily get it because they're local, but they're out of state, is you're trying to get a commitment from them to do a follow-up call. So something to the tune of, hey, Mr. Jones, this has been a great conversation. I'd love to follow up with you again. Would it be okay if I called you in 3 weeks or a month or whatever that time frame is? You want to get a commitment from them that that is the case. That's the first sign that this is somebody that possibly could be the right fit. Obviously, if they're local, you're trying to get a commitment to meet, right? So if you do that, that's a big success. That's a win. So once you've had that first initial notion of success or a win, then the next is to follow up, right? So you actually follow up in the time frame, you logged it in the task, you know that that date is coming up, and you call him or her, and they actually engage you. They call you back if you left a message, or to some degree, you get them back on the phone with that commitment, or you met again, or you're following up with an agreement. So the second one is you're really trying to see if they are going to do what it is they said they were going to do, and there's some general follow through or engagement. In that second conversation or in that second meeting, what you're really trying to do is to get them to tell you what is the value that they're most looking for. Is it that they want you to send them some rate sheets? Do they want to know more about a particular product? Do they want some industry knowledge? We don't know. So you want to ask them, and that engagement from them to you and them telling you this is what is most important to me is probably the second thing that you're really trying to identify or a win. So it's getting them on the phone. So that was the second success. And then on that phone call, you want to get them to commit to you the thing that is of most value to them. Then finally, the third thing, so if you're following up with them again from that second call, you really want to press into this idea of what is the frequency that they're going to run into opportunities. If this is an ambassador type of person, someone's going to be referring stuff to you, then you want to ask them, what's the frequency that you're running into opportunities potentially to refer over to us? Or if it's somebody that's direct, then you're asking that question, what's the frequency that you're running into transactions or buying things or refinancing things? You're really trying to get more specific about what those opportunities might be. And you're really going to find out there in that third time whether this is probably going to be a fit or not. If the answer is like, yeah, not that often, doesn't happen, or they'll be like, yeah, probably a couple of times a year, or hey, every month or so. You're trying to get really specific with them and pressing further down on the pedal to see if there's really a fit there as you're fishing for the right client. So again, remember, first initial call, you're going to essentially be following up with a commitment for the second call. That'll give you the first step. Second one is, do they actually do the call, and do they tell you what the value it is that they need? And then the third one is you're going to identify what is the frequency level that they're willing to send you these opportunities. And I think if you follow those 3 easy steps, you're going to find out whether this is going to be a winning relationship or one that perhaps you're just going to move on. So this is just another sales video for Integrity Capital.